they're starting to get that Chiefs vibe. And it's funny. I'm hearing from people saying, oh, where's your theory about how the Chiefs always win the close games? Well, they lost it. Like, you have it and then you lose it. They've lost it. The Eagles have taken it from them. Something happened at the Super Bowl that caused the Eagles, even though they didn't need it to beat the Chiefs that day, the Eagles have that vibe of team that finds a way. Just like the crazy game last year when the Chiefs knew where to push, where the weakness was in the Broncos field goal unit, and blocked the game-winning field goal. The Eagles do them one better. Not only do they block it, they return it for the touchdown and get the cover.
No, you said it right. They're unbelievable. They have that, whatever you want to say, proverbial championship, demeanor. I guess that's
there
what
you
I
go.
want to say.
That works.
Right.
Demeanor. Yeah, I thought you were searching for something.
Yeah, I think there was something else I was
complicated
searching for,
or profane.
Totally left my brain there. But yeah, they do, and of course they have great talent on their football team. They're frustrating to watch sometimes, I say, just because they're so good and they go through these lulls in the football game, especially on the offensive side of the ball, where you just go, how could this happen? But yeah, looking like they're down and out at 26-7, right after a strip sack fumble by Jared Verse to start the third quarter. The Rams punch it in from 10 yards out. Kieran Williams right away to make it 26-7. But it's like, I don't know. In most teams, maybe that puts the other team away to a degree. It's like it woke the Eagles up. The Eagles are finally like, all right, let's start pushing the ball down the field. Let's throw it to AJ a little bit. Let's get him going. We'll get Devontae going, and let's see where it goes from there. And, I mean, really, it was like instantly. He hit AJ down the right sideline. There was like a play or two, and then it was Dallas Goedert down the middle wide open, and that just opened the floodgates for the Eagles, and they took advantage of everything from that point on.
And think about it. They were getting booed. You can hear it audibly.
Offense has been pitiful for, most of the year so far.
And it would be so easy to just shut it down at that point. It's not our day. Let's get out of here. We got the Bucs next week. We're going back to Tampa Bay where we lost 32-9 in the playoffs to cap the 2023 season, lost 33-16 last year in the regular season. That's been their house of horrors.
Yeah.
Need to make sure that you enunciate both syllables of that word, you particularly. But it would have been so easy to just check out. And that's the hallmark of a great team, somehow, some way. And I don't know where the spark came from. Is it Jalen Hurts, steady hand? He never seems too high or too low.
No, never is. He's great that way. No doubt about it.
And the too low is important in situations like what we saw yesterday. We always watch quarterback demeanor. And how many times do we see, you can just tell the way the chin strap gets pulled off, the way the head is held. This guy wants to get out of there. He's had enough. It's over.
Yeah.
He's being realistic. Well, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles refused to be realistic, and they did the unrealistic yesterday. You spot a good team, 19 points, and you come back and take it from them.
Yeah, there's a lot here. One, you wonder what takes so long for them, right? Why does it take so long to finally be aggressive and just start attacking? I think that's the first thing you look at. Number two, you don't see the Rams and their offense especially, right? The Rams are the ultimate we hang around. We kind of hang around and then win the ball at the end of the football game, right? And, of course, they had a chance. We're not going to forget that. They did drive down and kind of had for what we know in this day and age, a chip shot field goal to win the football game.
You're better off kicking from 60-plus, I think, than inside 40.
Maybe.
Crap.
He definitely, he was definitely kicking the ball low yesterday, Cardi. There's no question about that. I know Jordan Davis said that to Maria. They noticed it in some other field goals previously in the game, so they were aware of that. But impressive in that the Eagles could just step on the gas pedal on the offensive side of the ball. It's also, like I said, frustrating because they're one of the most talented offenses in football, and that was the first good quarter and a half they've had really this year, right? So they find the gas pedal there. And at the same time, McVay and Stafford, I feel like almost every other week we sit here and go, they found a way to crack the code. They always figure it out, right? That McVay and Stafford, their in-game adjustments to figure out how they're being played. The Eagles are changing it up on defense a little bit. You don't go through lulls where you go, hey, the Rams scored with 14:06 left in the third quarter. Damn, they didn't score again the rest of the football game? Sean McVay, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams, Matthew Stafford, what? So that speaks to how good the Eagles are, how talented they are, and I do think Vic Fangio on the defensive side of the ball is changing some things up here this year. Did it to the Chiefs last week with the blitzes and playing more man-to-man. And, yesterday, I don't know exactly what they did, but we never saw Stafford and the offense really getting a real good flow in the second half of the football game.
He got banged around a lot in the second half. There was some wincing. There was some limping, whether it was legs, whether it was back, whatever it was. Of course, he's never going to complain about it. He's just going to keep going.
Yeah,
Puka Nacua is an incredible weapon for them. He was targeted 15 times, 11 catches for 112 yards. He's just Mr. Reliable no matter what. And they were in position to win the game. And as they were getting ready to kick the ball, I didn't know what to think because we had seen a field goal blocked earlier in the game by
It crossed my mind when they were getting up there. I was going, this could happen again.
There was just something in the air yesterday. It was kind of like just ready for anything with all the crazy
Here's
stuff
the first
that happened.
one.
So many defensive touchdowns, return touchdowns, blocked kicks. Like you just expect the unexpected. And when the unexpected doesn't happen, that's what's unexpected.
Yeah,
that's what yesterday was.
Right, you're right. It was a crazy
really
special teams day.
Unbelievable. And let me throw this out there, and this is one of the realities of widespread, normalized, and legalized gambling. Aren't you thinking, as he's running down the field, like, isn't it flickering in your mind, how aware is he of the point spread? Would he ordinarily just dive? Is he trying to get the cover? Like, this is all part and parcel of a world where it's bet. And everybody talks about the betting lines, and everybody's aware of the betting lines.
I'm just mad at 42 who didn't he jumped on the ball and then just decided not to grab it and let Jordan Davis get it. Yeah. But no, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. It's a real aspect
of it. This is what the NFL used to say before they decided how much money they could make from gambling.
Right.
In a world of widespread legalized gambling, normal incidents of the game will prompt suspicion that something else is happening. I'm paraphrasing the commissioner's comments, but that was the idea. You open, you know what you open.
Yeah, Pandora's.
And she's in there. And she's out there now. And so I was consciously thinking of that the whole way. Is he going to dive? Like, it all comes down to one man's discretion in that moment. Jordan Davis controls the swinging of millions of dollars, right?
Sure,
if he goes down, the Rams cover.
Simms gets
if
best
he
bet
scores,
victory.
The Eagles cover.
Right.
It shouldn't be like that, but that's what it is.
Well, that's
We're
the way
aware
it
of
is.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But this is what you have to. This is so you can sleep well at night. Most guys in the locker room have no what the line is.
I know.
There's a few.
I know.
I get it.
I know. And it was like that for years. The illegal gambling was there forever. But there's something about making it normal and accepted, and everybody sees bet this, bet that, bet this, bet that, and it makes everyone sensitive to it. That's my point.
I got you.
When they decided to jump in better, because they didn't have to.
Right.
They didn't have to. They chose to. They could have continued to say, we still want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
But they realized, cha-ching, 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 this is one of the realities of it. You're going to have players who are suspected of being aware of it. And you're going to have people like us saying, gee, I wonder if he was. And you're right, they're not. But still, it was a wild moment because I would say a significant amount of money swung.
Yeah.
On Jordan Davis returning that ball for the touchdown. But the Eagles,
they're the most talented team in the game. That's it. If they can flub around and mess up and not play that good,
like the Chiefs used to do.
A little bit, right. Now,
will this be the moment where they find the gas pedal and the offense changes?
Right.
Does it carry over?
I think this could be a jump start. It definitely could. This could give you a little confidence, a little bit of the offensive coordinator, the quarterback going, hey, look, when we're aggressive, it opens up the field. They have played a little too conservative on that side of the football. And this is, to me, where they're different than the Chiefs last year because I do feel like the Eagles are, another notch up, level up, however you want to say it, as far as full talent on their football team compared to the Chiefs team last year. This is a team that's capable of dominating, like we saw in the whole second half of the football game. And they have things that they do on the field that are dominant. I mean, the Rams, again, really only one real scoring touchdown drive the whole day. And it was a big pass play to Davante Adams. And within that, like you brought up Puka Nacua, we usually see the Rams get their guys off, right? Puka goes off. Davante Adams doesn't go quite as off, but he has a good day. After that play right there, non-existent. It was all Puka in the pass game. So they took everything away there. The run game, they stayed patient with it. But I thought another big part of the football game was, early on, holding the Rams to field goals. That game could have got out of hand. The Rams got held to chip shot field goals a bunch in the second quarter, where you look at it and you go, man, normally Matthew Stafford and McVay, they knock that in the end zone there. And when they're playing like this and getting down there in position and kind of controlling the football game, it's one of those where I go, man, the Eagles, they went into halftime going, hey, it's only 19-7, and we kind of got our ass whooped. We got dominated. We're only down 12. And it could have been way worse. It could have been 15. It could have been 21. It could have been 24. So that was the first part of the Eagles hanging in there just to give themselves a chance. And then I think they realized, Mike, and you might have heard me say this yesterday, the Rams were playing aggressive run fronts. They were playing to stop Saquon. A lot of five-man fronts.
And it worked.
It worked. It worked. And I think the Eagles finally said, why are we just banging our head against the wall here? We have one-on-one on the outside, whether it's man or zone. It's one-on-one matchups. And they started throwing the ball to A.J. Brown and just going, he's better than your guy. Let's see if you can tackle him once we get him the ball and go from there. And that felt like the thing that got them momentum and jump-started the engine a little bit.
It reminds me of the Vikings of 12, 13 years ago when they had Adrian Peterson and they relied so heavily on Adrian Peterson. When Adrian Peterson was bottled up, they couldn't pivot to the rest of what was there.
Right.
And I think the Eagles were getting dangerously close to that point of what are you going to do on the days when Saquon Barkley can't be Saquon Barkley? Are you going to be able to put your foot on the gas pedal of the passing game? And they did yesterday. We saw A.J. Brown flourish, and we saw how effective he can be breaking tackles and just bowling people over and turning a 5-yard catch into a 20-yard gain.
20,
it's incredible.
Right.
But and look, McVay played the Eagles the way that Bill Belichick would. Take away what they do best.
Exactly right.
We're going to take away
let's
Saquon
make the
Barkley.
passing game
that
beat
guy's
us.
killed us
Right.
the past 2 games that he was in Philly, regular season last year and postseason. We're not going to let it be. If we're going to lose, it's not going to be because of him.
That's right.
And that's what happened.
That's fine. That's right. And the Eagles said, all right, fine. We got other options here. Jalen can hit A.J. Brown. You're watching this. This is the last drive, or one of the last drives that put the Eagles up, right? I think that made it 27-26, that drive. But it was the third down conversions. They basically were just like, hey, AJ, work your guy out there. That was a Emmanuel Forbes, right? The old first rounder from the Washington Commanders. And yeah, he had his way with him. AJ Brown's a mismatch nightmare. If you're not a big physical corner, it's going to be hard to hang in there with AJ because AJ's one of those guys that can run by you, but if it gets a little bit into the bumping and grinding and, hey, we got to play a physical brand of running routes and I got to bump you at the top of my route and catch the ball with you hanging all over me, man, there's not many DBs in the sport that are going to win that battle against A.J. Brown. I mean, A.J. Brown is a freak of freaks. He's got muscles popping out of his ears. He's one of the better specimens you'll see in the NFL at the wide receiver position.
Run by you and run over you.
And you saw that. I mean, and that's what they have. And I think that's why, at times I get, as a quarterback and a guy that loves offense, I get frustrated with the Eagles because I just go, oh my gosh. I mean, here we are, we're waxing poetically about them, and it's like they still only had 288 yards of offense. It wasn't like that great of a day. It's only 226 yards passing offense, but I think to the point you're making and I'm making is you just see little glimmers to go, they can be so special over there with the talent they have and the leadership and the mental toughness and everything there. Incredible win by them because their backs were up against the wall there for a long time.
You talked earlier about how they were down only 19-7 at the half, but then boom, like that, it's 26-7.
Something bad happens, right?
And that was the moment that they found the switch and they flipped it, and it was just systematic. One touchdown, and that's the thing. We've talked about
this last year a lot.
Like
teams are numb to it as compared to the old days.
Yeah, you think of it as 7 points and we're down 14 and we're down 21. No. It's just one.
Yeah.
It's just one.
Right.
You get 1, you get 2, you get 3, you're ahead. So I don't know how the Eagles were able to bend that their way yesterday, and I think
Madden's compartmentalized that better for players. I really do.
I was thinking the same thing.
I've had conversations with guys like this. Right.
But if you're playing someone in Madden and you're down 21 points, no, I score, I stop him, I score, I stop him, and it's
right.
I score
it's
again,
nothing.
and it's tied.
It's nothing. I'm telling you, I've had this conversation with some players. I do think that's a little bit of a part of it where you don't make it a big deal there, and I think players have gone on and gone, why am I making this such a big deal out in real life, right? Yeah. So it is. We've seen more of these type of comebacks than I feel like when I used to grow up, or even 15, 20 years ago. These were really, really special type of comebacks. Now we see like maybe one or two of them every weekend. And they might not be the clash of the Titans here with the two best teams or one of the two best teams in the NFC there. But either way, yeah, it is amazing that we just, I think, players can go, wait, like you said, it's just 3 scores. Let's just put one drive together. We'll make a stop. We put another drive together, and then we'll see where it goes from there. We're back in the football game, and the Eagles are the kings of that right now.
I mean, that game had potential Ravens-Bills ramifications where the Eagles come back and win. If there's going to be a rematch, it's more likely now incrementally to be in Philadelphia.
Right.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.